You guys, it is the end of week 13. This is the last 10K run before my marathon event in Fredericton. Woo! Tapering started at the end of a 35-kilometer Saturday run 2 weeks, a week and a half ago. 2 weeks. I'm feeling so unbelievably confident about my fitness, my pace, just the course. I'm hyped. I don't know quite how I'm going to structure this video. I have a bunch of footage left over from like other training runs that I'm going to sprinkle in through here to give the full story. It's just, this content hasn't been performing super great. So I'm just going to give a last week update through here. And yeah, we'll build up to the event for the next week and absolutely crush it the day of. Hey, hi, hello, hi, hello. Hey, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. If you've been watching for a little while, you know what Wednesdays are. What's Wednesday? Slow run day. Slow run day. This Wednesday, again, is a slow 13 kilometers. I guess that's just what you fall on when you start to get to the end and beginning, you know, we're about to start the tapering here. The last real long Saturday run is this Saturday, and everything starts to kind of really slow down before the event. Slow down's not the right word. It like lets off so that your body can recover fully, and then you go smash that 42.2 kilometers. Welcome to kilometer 5. Yes, kilometer 5 of my final preparation marathon run, a 35-kilometer run. I've decided to do 2 things for this run. Number 1, not take the same flat course on the Salt Marsh Trail that I have been doing. It's just so boring and it's so flat that I find myself actually pushing too hard. 2, I'm trying not to go out too hard. So my first 5K was pretty slow, 28 minutes. And I just kind of want to keep that slower pace, not really smash the half marathon this time, and just try and have something left in the tank for the last 15K. Okay, I'll report back in a bit. "24 kilometers. 2 hours and 12 minutes, kind of slow. That's okay. That was kind of the plan. It's just hard to look at those numbers and be okay with it. Still feel good. I feel a lot better at this 24 kilometers than I did the last 30-kilometer effort. So that's all I vlogged for updates. Everything was tapering from that point forward, and it was like extra uninteresting. But if you'll remember, back in December is when this all started, and I reintroduced my little calendar system that worked pretty good for me for P to A last year in 2023 when me and Joel did it. So here's December, January, February, March, April. Now we're into May. And this here, this is the day. So in this box, I get to write what my official time was, and it better be less than 3 hours and 45 minutes. I'm hyped that I once again did a paper copy to track all of the activities that I did because, well, it's really, really satisfying to mark it, like when you do it and you mark it down. It just looks good when you fill the calendar up completely. Like, how sick is that to look back at? But it's also just cool to have like a physical paper copy of everything I did to train for this. Like this guy, this Eric on December 31st when he did a 5 kilometer at a 4:37 minute per kilometer pace versus this one who did a 5 kilometer at a 4:01 pace and missed a sub 20-minute 5K for the first time in his life by 7 seconds. Those are different people. It's just cool to have the documentation of it on paper here. One thing I also started doing in December was just checking what my weight was. And here on December 20th, in the morning, I was 183 pounds. As I started taking this more serious, thinking about what I was eating more and thinking about, honestly, the amount of beer that I would drink at night directly before bed. Like, as I thought about all that and as I wanted to get faster, as I wanted to make things easier on myself, and I started just restructuring and kind of changing how I did a lot of, basically, I stopped drinking a lot of beer and eating 12 hot dogs in one sitting. Actually, what I really started to do near the end was just switch all my drinking habits to Athletic Brew and looking for a bunch of different types of foods that like I could eat in the high volume that I like to eat in that don't have like a bunch of empty calories. Like I didn't know what that meant. If you asked me what that meant in December, I'd be like, I don't understand what an empty calorie is. Like, what is that even? And in just arming myself with that knowledge, like being a little bit more conscious of my nutrition, I didn't change like the volume of things I ate because I want to feel full. That's how I eat. I just changed what that was. When I woke up this morning and weighed myself, 172 pounds. I know weight can be a little bit of a touchy subject, but I did want to be a little bit lighter to be like easier on my knees and everything when I'm trying to do the running that I'm trying to do at the pace I'm trying to do. Definitely a different guy from this day to this day. Anyway, I've had fun with this process, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to it being done. I like running, I really do, but in the like right as we were getting up to the last few training runs, it's just like the runs are so long and you're so tired afterwards that it just like takes the whole day. And it makes it really difficult to like do this, which is what I do for a living. So that's difficult. But also like it just takes away your entire day. And that's kind of not that big of a deal in the middle of the winter or like in the colder months when there's kind of nothing else to do other than watch TV or have an excuse to go outside and run. Like that's great. I love that. But and April, you know, we're into May now, like getting all these nice warm days. You know, this thing's back. I want to go ride it. My car's lowered. It's more fun to drive now. All the mountain bike trails are like, they're rideable now. The dirt jumps are almost, there's just a lot more excuses now to not go run and go do, you know, basically every single other of my much higher on the priority list of things that I would want to do, then go run. So a May 12th marathon is very much, it's cutting its ability to have my attention span. If it was any later, I'd maybe even not do it. Okay, that's the marathon update for the 7 of you who care.